What is going on, guys? Taylor Stuber with LocksDFS.com, bringing you my locks and sleepers for this 11-game Wednesday NBA slate. Coming off a weird Tuesday 3-game slate where the Knicks run, and of course Fizdale played his bench players more than he played his starters, and then the Boston Celtics and Toronto Raptors game blew out, and then followed by a pretty solid game between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Nuggets. But nonetheless, it was a pretty solid day for us on both sides, and yeah, just looking forward to today's slate. I have a ton of plays I already want to talk about. I've been diving in ever since lock on Tuesday. It's about 1 o'clock a.m. my time. Anxious for this slate to get going. Anxious to get this news out to you guys. And if you want to enter the giveaway for a free season pass with LocksDFS.com, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, and then comment below with your favorite play of the day. And just a quick reminder, we are live streaming every single day, Monday through Friday, to the public. At 4 p.m. Eastern time. First time we had like 170 viewers. Last time we had like 230. I know we can get up to 300. It's free information. I'm answering questions, breaking down the slate for about an hour, depending on how big the slate is. So be sure to be there. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to be there. But yeah, let's just get into it. So we look over here at the Vegas scores. And 11 games on the slate and a lot of enticing games. One of the first games that pops when I look at this is this Wizards and Nets game, 236.5 over under, and it's for good reason. We look over here at team paces and stuff. Over the past month, the Wizards have been third in pace, Nets fourth in pace. Neither team are very good defensively whatsoever. Want to get a bunch of players in this game because it is pretty condensed at the top players on each team with Bradley Beal and D'Angelo Russell, and those are the guys I'm going to be talking about. D'Angelo Russell, over the past couple weeks, ever since Karis LeVert came back in the 5 games, I want to say it's 5 games. It could be 6 games since Karis LeVert has come back. You would expect his production to dip, but actually it's gone up. So in those games, he has a 35.5% usage rating and a massive 46.4% assist percentage, averaging 1.4 fantasy points per minute. And not only is his production going up, his minutes are going up as well. And his prices on both sides really haven't budged at all. Looking at Bradley Beal, but we can look at D'Angelo Russell's price. He is only 8.7K against a Wizards team that you want to target guards with, especially ball dominant guards. They have no one to guard him. And his minutes have continuously been in competitive games 34, 35, 36 minutes. If he's averaging 1.4 minutes or 4 fantasy points per minute like he has been since Karis LeVert has come back, really want to get a bunch of pieces from him. Don't know how owned he's going to be just because information hasn't really came out yet. I haven't really gauged on how popular he'll be, but I expect him to be fairly low owned compared to these other guys like Luka Doncic and Bradley Beal. So if you can get D'Angelo Russell, who projects pretty similar to those guys for a lesser price and a lot lower ownership, that's somewhere where I want to go, even in cash games, but especially in GPPs. And 9.1K on FanDuel. Like I said, he's $700 and $800 cheaper than Bradley Beal and Luka Doncic, who are great plays nonetheless. But I like D'Angelo Russell a ton for the savings. But like I said, on the opposite side, I want to play Bradley Beal. The past 2 weeks, he has a 27.9% usage rating and an assist percentage of 32%, averaging 1.36 fantasy points per minute. While it is lower than D'Angelo Russell from the 1.4 fantasy points to the 1.36 fantasy points per minute, you got to take into account that the last 4 games that the Wizards have played, he has played over 40 minutes, going up to 44 minutes in regulation. It's hard for me not to play him. They are right outside. They still have a chance to make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, grab that 8 seed from Charlotte or whoever ends up around there. So as I feel like as long as they have a chance to grab that 8 seed, they're going to be pushing his minutes, 40 plus minutes, and his price is going to start rising here pretty soon, up to 10K, nearing 10K, and I wouldn't be surprised with that. He's already 9.9K over here on FanDuel for good reason, but you get a nice discount over here on DraftKings at 8.9K. I think starting your lineups with D'Angelo Russell and Bradley Beal is a great way to start. And then another guy I'm going to talk about, going to leave the rest for my members, going to talk about some more in the private live stream and in the private Slack chat later. But that is Marvin Bagley. He's taken that he's taken that starting spot from Bogdan Bogdanovic, starting at the 4, going extra big. And it doesn't really matter who they're starting against. They like to play Willie Cauley-Stein and Marvin Bagley next to each other. Bagley sometimes plays the 5. He pretty much knocked Bielitsa out of the rotation since coming back from the All-Star break. And the 3 games that he's since the All-Star break, or they played 4 games, but the past 3 games since he's taken that starting spot, he has a 25.8% usage rating, a total rebound percentage of 14.7%, averaging 1.31 fantasy points per minute. But his minutes have been leading the team 34, 35, 36 minutes a game in these 3 outings. And his price has not come up nearly as much as he should be, especially over here on DraftKings, where he is 6.8K power forward and center eligibility. Even against a tough matchup against Milwaukee, which it is tough. The over/under hasn't, or the Vegas odds really haven't came out yet. But I expect this game, the over/under, to start at like 236, somewhere around there. Milwaukee will probably be 8-point favorites. Kings are pretty competent at home, keeping games fairly close, especially with the emergence of Marvin Bagley. And people forget he is of high pedigree, and he was one of the top picks this year. He's actually really, really good. He just was hidden on the bench for most of the year, and now they're kind of unleashing him, seeing what they have in him, and he's been fulfilling our fantasy dreams in terms of what his price has been lately. And I still think he's very affordable at 6.7K over here on DraftKings. And on FanDuel, I think he's priced appropriately at 8K. Not much value in that. I think I would rather play for a guy like Julius Randle at 8.1K in a pace-up game against the Lakers. But nonetheless, both these guys are very good plays. But yeah, be sure to watch the live stream today. It is completely free and open to the public. So yeah, best of luck today, and until next time, peace.